Hey guys, it's me, Zeffie. Welcome to my channel. I don't know how many of you guys are catching this because of the Starting Out Solitary channel, but you will find me on that as well. I am one of their sub-hosts, so you will catch me on there every fourth week doing a topic or, subbing in for someone else, hence me being a sub. So yeah, I figured I'd kind of get into things, give you an introduction to me. I am about to turn 22 years old. I am a relatively typical Gemini. There are definitely some things that are different, but when you get into the breakdown of my actual astrological chart, makes a lot more sense. But for all intents and purposes, pretty relatively true Gemini. So about to turn 22. I'm a huge makeup nut. I'm huge into makeup. I'm probably the biggest Disney nerd you will ever meet. I love country music. I love being outside. I love animals. I have 2 cats. I'm the oldest of 4 siblings. I have a very big family, and I'm Wiccan. I think technically I'd be more considered eclectic or just straight up pagan, but there are so many Wiccan influences that do make me just actually straight up Wiccan. But there are a ton, and I mean a ton, of hoodoo, voodoo, conjure, root work, folk magic. There are a ton of those influences within my practice and my belief system. So there's that. I do know that in my video from Starting Out Solitary, the one that I just did, I did say I would kind of make an introduction about my name and how that kind of came to be. So for those who don't know, my actual real given birth name, I guess, is Morgan, which is entirely valid. That is my name, and I don't dislike it or hate it, but I did decide that I wanted to keep that part of my life separate from my more spiritual religious side. So just me starting to get into more of the online and social media part of paganism, I thought I would start using that. So my name is Zeffie Bagheera. Zeffie comes from a woman within my family's history. If you go back a little bit, she was from Texas. It's where most of my family, at least my mom's side, or my mom's dad's side, is from. And she did a lot of root work and conjure and stuff along that sort. And it was pretty cool. I really like the name Zeffie. I think it's pretty. And I always knew that I did not want my name to be something very typical, very something, and this is no offense to anyone, Phoenix, River, Apollo, Luna, Feather, Raven, Tiger, Morgan. In fact, Morgan is actually used by a lot of people within their magical name, just so happens to be my given name. I know I didn't want anything like that, just as I know that when I have my own children, I won't be naming them things like Jessica or Emily or Emma or Isabella or Olivia or things of that sort. That's not me. So I was kind of going around, I was trying to find a few things, and that they sounded like an actual name. I did not want to sound like a cartoon character. I wanted my name to be catchy, but not a cartoon character, and have a lot of personal meaning to me. So I did come across this book, the new book of magical names by Phoenix McFarland, and it's actually really cool. Yeah, Phoenix McFarland. It's actually really cool because I'm a big name nerd. If you want to entertain me for any length of time, you want to give me a baby name book, like what you would give to expecting parents when they're trying to find a name for their child. And I love them, getting into the meanings and how they sound together and how different initials make combinations and how the meanings, you can take a first name, middle name and see how they combine, and the numerology of names, which is a whole other topic that I will get into eventually. But I love them, but you can never find ones that are really geared towards anything, pagan, magical, esoterics, things like that. And then I was searching through half-price books, just walking around one day. I was at a certain location that I had not been to in my area. It was the first time, and I found this in their metaphysical section, and I was obsessed. I had to get it. I love names. I was looking for a name myself, and the book, it was $3.49, and if you check on the back, it could have been $19.95, so I kind of had to run with it. And the book does contain everything. It contains names if you find yourself more geared toward water, earth, fire, air magic, things, oh my gosh, from different pantheons, things driven from nature, things that are more light and fluffy versus a little more dark. You want things from, they have names from like Harry Potter books and Lord of the Rings, and I mean all sorts of different stories and folklores, rocks, places in the United States, places across the country, mythical lands, things related to meditation, different gods and goddesses, all these different books. I mean, it is insane how many names are in this thing. And I was flipping through and I wasn't looking for a specific section, but what really actually popped out for me was the name Bagheera, which I did mention earlier that I am a huge Disney nerd. In fact, my second favorite Disney movie, right behind the Aristocats, is The Jungle Book. Yes, this is a VHS case. I refuse to get rid of it. And Bagheera is one of my favorite characters in the movie. He is this guy right here. It depends on who you ask or what source you're going to, whether or not he is a Black Panther or a Black Leopard. I like to go with a Panther. Let's see if it has anything in here. It says Panther on the back, so I'm going with Panther. It's really cool. I ended up looking up the character Bagheera, because Wikipedia is my best friend, and it said that it's based off the word Bagha, or something like that, which actually means tiger in Hindi, whereas Bagheera is a leopard. I thought it's really cool because not only are tigers my spirit animal, or if I had to pick one, that's kind of like the high guy on the totem pole, the one that I find most relevant to me. I also love tigers. I really like them. They're really pretty. They've always amused me. I've always loved them. My mom also really likes them, so I thought that was kind of cool. And I knew I would butcher the actual pronunciation of Bagha, or however you're supposed to pronounce it. So I'd actually pull it up on Google Translate. Let's see if it'll show up on... Alright, you should be able to hear that. For those who don't know, it is spelled in the English phonetic spelling, B and then an A with the line over it, G-H-A. So it sounds like...
Bag. Bag.
So it sounds like someone from Ireland with a really stuffy nose saying the word bag. Let me turn that off. So I really liked it. I kind of like how it mixed together. I love the character of Bagheera, and the fact that it was kind of in this book. It's pretty cool. I could get into the actual Jungle Book, the book, by Rudyard Kipling, and how everything kind of fits together and how it could be considered magical, but I like it, and that's what matters. So yeah, this is my channel. You can check me out on Starting Out Solitary. I will leave the link to that down below. And until the next video, toodles!